Hello there, welcome everybody to episode 6 of In the Moment Sports Cards. My name is James Hummel. I am on Instagram as Tops North. Thanks for watching. If you have not watched any of my previous episodes, I talk about In the Moment Sports Cards, that being Tops Now, Panini Instant, and Upper Deck game dated cards. Each week, I like to review the cards that were released that past week, some mail that I received from those various products, also talk about other issues and potentially other upcoming new product that's coming from those particular lines, or other exciting news that's happening with In the Moment Sports Cards. So let's get started this week. Lots of mail came in, lots of Upper Deck mail, thankfully. We'll talk about the Upper Deck game dated problems that have happened over the last couple of weeks. But yes, I did finally get some cards in from Upper Deck. As I have previously mentioned, these are quite the chore to get in. Go back and watch episode, I believe, number 2, where I talked about the process of purchasing and getting in Upper Deck game dated cards. It is a challenge without an argument here. So I did get quite a few in. These were all playoff cards. So let's show them. And I did order multiple of these because I'm planning to eventually grade these with PSA and hopefully make some money. So the first one we've got is the Marc-Andre Fleury card from the Vegas Knights. And this one is talking about his win over Vancouver, 6th place on the NHL's postseason wins list. So this was actually getting into the postseason in the bubble. Back of the card. Again, unfortunately, we don't know the print runs of these, as Upper Deck up until this year didn't print, or doesn't make it known, the print cards. This one is Thatcher Demko. So again, similar to Panini Instant and MLB Tops Now, I like to focus on the rookies. So this is a Demko sets rookie record for most saves in a shutout during postseason play. Nice action shot. Upper Deck's kind of known for, even with all their previous cards, a photo on the back, but it's usually just a little snippet of the front. I remember Upper Deck Baseball from years ago doing the same thing. Here we've got Jake Ottinger, another goalie. I'm a fan of goalies, just like I'm a fan of catchers. NHL debut. Anthony Cirelli from the Lightning, that eventually would come on to win the Stanley Cup, as we know. Sends Lightning to Stanley Cup final for first time since 2015. We've got Stanley Cup final game 1 highlights card. North Stars in the Tampa Bay. Oops. We have got game 2 card. Stamkos. This was a pretty big card, in my opinion. And again, if you're watching live with me, please feel free to comment. I'll definitely bring up your comments or answer questions. So here we've got good fellow collector Ian Elliott. Almost thought you were going to say pitchers. No, Ian. Only Blue Jay pitchers. Maybe Nate Pearson, but I'm a catcher guy. I used to play catcher when I was a kid. Yeah. We've got Shattenkirk scores in overtime to lift Tampa Bay to 5-4 win. Game 4. Nice card. So these took about when I originally ordered these, it was going to come for about February, March. So they came a little bit earlier than I expected, but all in all, it was almost 6 months to get these cards from time of ordering to in hand. Just as Joe Pavleski. I probably butchered his name. Another Stanley Cup final card. Perry scores in double overtime. Nice action shot. I really like. I'm actually kind of surprised at how clear the photos are from behind the goalie, the net camera. Stanley Cup final. This was the last one. So that's obviously the Lightning winning the series. So that's it for Upper Deck. I ordered multiples of these and hope to get them graded relatively soon. Although the time frame to get cards back for PSA is a lot longer than what I've been used to in the past. So moving on to Topps now. I've got a wrestling card, if you can believe it. It was The Undertaker, and it was really his last time of appearing on WWE. So I thought it was quite fitting. I remember watching WWE when he was wrestling. So fitting. A couple more Topps now Chrome Derek Jeter cards. No parallels this time, but there's still a couple more cards to come in. This was number 2. This one took a long time to get in. Actually look really nice. Although I think I mentioned in the last episode, these come in. They've been coming in quite scratched up. So hopefully Topps does some better quality control. And then number 8. Good looking card. Some other really exciting cards came in. First is the Topps Now Rookie Cup bonus card with Louis Robert and Kyle Lewis. So this was, if you purchased directly from Topps at least one of the each of the Rookie Cup cards, you received this bonus card. In the past, these have been very, very low print runs. You only had to buy one of each to get the bonus card. If you've bought 5 of each, you didn't get 5 bonus cards. You only still got 1 card. It was 1 card per account. The first year that they did this, I believe there were under 50 cards. They haven't released the print runs for the last 2 seasons that they did these. But yeah, that first year, less than 40, and it's hard to find. I got a couple of autographs in. We'll show this one because this one's a little bit older. Got the Louis Robert debut auto. Big thanks and shout out to Nelson from Velocity. He runs the group orders for Topps Now Canadian group. So I was able to piggyback on his order for the autograph. So nice looking auto, very clean, number 66 of 99. And then the last auto was the Trevor Bauer Cy Young Award winner. I've become a fan of Trevor Bauer. I kind of gravitate to these players that have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, not too big, but they're not afraid to say what they think, and they're not afraid to challenge what the league is about, and kind of the old ways. Yeah. I really like him. And I was hoping he was going to come to Toronto. He was kind of teasing that he was going to come to Toronto, but that didn't happen. He ended up going to, where did he go to? San Diego or LA? One of the West Coast teams, I believe. And then the other big thing that I got in this past week was my PSA sub. So as I mentioned, like I said, with the Upper Deck game data cards, I'm going to be submitting some of them to PSA, and there's a group submission in Canada, PSA Canada, and Ian Elliott, Bauer went to the Dodgers. That's right. Thank you, Ian. That's what I thought. But yeah, there's a big submission group out of Nova Scotia, PSA Canada, and I was having great success with them. Quick turnaround times. It was in the span of 2 months of submitting. The price was right. It was about $12 US, almost $20 Canadian. Obviously, with the volume that PSA is seeing, they had to renegotiate the contract with PSA Canada. It's not official PSA. It's just a submission group, but they had to renegotiate. Prices went up. Turnaround times went up. So now I'm looking at close to $30 Canadian, and which is about 20 US. and the turnaround time is now 8 to 9 months guaranteed. So I've had to really rethink about what I'm submitting and when I'm getting them back, to coincide with start of other seasons like basketball and hockey and such. So I'm getting my next submission ready for March, which would put me in the time frame of the fall. So I may hold off on the hockey ones until one more month so that it's really in the peak or the start of the NHL season, a couple of months into the NHL season to get some excitement. But yeah, I did get some cards back. And of course, they were moment type cards. First one was this one, Zion and LeBron, PSA 10. And I was really surprised. I got a couple more Panini instant cards. As I mentioned, the quality of these are just, they're not there. Panini really needs to do a better job of quality control for these cards. But I was lucky. I ended up getting a couple of 10s. I got 2 or 3 10s of this card, which I was really surprised about. I did get one other 10 of this Zion. It's again another game versus LeBron. Actually, I think this was 104. This is 107. And then the Matt Thomas Raptors card, PSA 10. I got a couple of these in a 10, which I was really surprised about. And this was only out of 161. And I think I'm the only ones that have graded these so far. So I'm happy about that. Moving over to Topps now, I started grading some of the soccer ones. This is the Alfonso Davies UEFA Champions League one to watch. Good Canadian boy. So I did get a couple of these in a 10. Bundesliga Alfonso Davies. Actually, I only graded 2 of these, I believe, and one came back at 10. So this is one staying in my collection. Topps now, turn back the clock. I submitted a few of the Trout. Figure he's a popular player. I should be able to do some, get some decent sales out of this kind of a card. And then because I'm a Mark McGuire fan, I submitted a couple of the Topps now, turn back the clock. Mark McGuire only submitted 2. Only one came back at 10. That's okay. And then moving over to election. I did submit some of the election cards. The 2020 election with both Biden and Trump, PSA 10. I have submitted some, or I have some ready to go for BGS. I like to have the BGS cards for my Topps Now cards. I think it's a better look. Although, again, time frames have increased with BGS and the price has increased, so I'm having second thoughts about it. I think there's more value in the PSA, so I end up sending more of the election cards to PSA. I've got more coming back in my next submission, again, which won't be till the fall. But I submitted more of Kamala Harris and Pence, and then some more of the Biden and Donald Trump. Here is the Joe Biden card, PSA 10, and then ironically, the Donald Trump, in a PSA 9. The only one out of the 3 that ended up coming less than a 10, ironically. Moving over to Formula One. This is the ones that I was really excited to get back. If you haven't looked, if you don't know, there are very few of the Topps Now Formula One cards graded at this point. Some of these raw cards are going for fairly decent, fairly decent money. So I was really excited to get some of these back and hopefully make some money off of these. This is the first one. Gasly, card number 1, PSA 10. I ended up with a second PSA 10 and then one other that was a 9. I ended up with 2 of the Ferrari, card number 2, and a PSA 10. Whoops. It's a really good looking card. Great picture of the car. And then lastly, Valtteri Bottas, card number 5, PSA 10. So very happy with how that went. Can't wait to get. I got tons of Topps Now Formula One going into my next, in from my previous sub and into my next sub. So very excited about that. We'll see how they do. All right, so moving right along. So let's have a look at this week's cards. NBA, Panini, was really curious as to what was going on here. They've been releasing cards every couple of days. They usually cover moments that have happened for the last 2 or 3 days. But there was nothing this past week up until Friday, and I was wondering what the heck was going on. And then it dawned on me when they sent out a message or they sent out an email because of all the big storm that was happening in Texas that shut down most of the state, power outages, low temperatures, people losing, having trouble with water. Panini is out of Texas, so they were shut down. And they didn't really have anything up until Friday. And then all of a sudden they had 8 cards. So lots going on. There's some pretty big rookie cards here. I really like this dual card with LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards. Really nice card. And then the other one, I'm not really following the NBA too closely so far this season, but is this Saddiq Bey. His first few Panini instant cards were really low. There was a couple that have been below 100 print run. So I'm excited to see how well this one will do. And so those were the rookie cards. Again, another Anthony Edwards card. And then a few of the veteran cards, Zion, Luka, and LeBron. So yeah, we'll see if there's more next week. Again, they were only up until a specific day. They were only up until the 18th. I don't think any of the rookie cards were anything past the 18th. So they probably have quite a few more cards on Monday or Tuesday, obviously, from games over the weekend. So that's it for Panini Instant. Obviously, football is done. There was no NASCAR. They had NASCAR in the past. They just had the Daytona 500. Nothing so far. There was also another big UFC event this past weekend. We'll see if there's any Panini Instant on Monday or Tuesday for UFC. Stay tuned for that. Okay, moving over to... Oh, what a drama this is. Upper Deck game dated moments. And the drama does continue. Sorry, this is such a small print here. I was trying to capture it, but in essence, they have had massive problems, as I've said week over week. And if you haven't been purchasing them yourselves, the site freezing up, spinning, trying to purchase through things. It's just not working. They said they were going to fix it. The week before they did re-release them on the Wednesday from week 2, 3. And they had problems still. Week 4 happened, still had problems. And then they didn't produce them at all. So they finally came out and said that, hey, we've got a problem. We know we've got a problem. We're going to fix them. We're going to re-release week 4. We're going to make things right, I hope. And then they postponed week 5. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm still waiting on my packs that I was able to successfully purchase for week 4. I've emailed them twice. They said they're working on it. It's with their management, whatever that means. But yeah, I'm still waiting on my week 4 cards. Again, I've got the confirmation. I just don't have the packs there to open. They don't show up in my account. So hopefully they get that sorted out before they try to re-release these cards. It's just a really big challenge for them. I don't think they really expected the volume that they're getting, which is kind of a good note, because then it means that the cards are popular, which I'm excited to see, and hopefully brings more excitement and more interest to these moment type cards. The only other thing that happened with game data moments was the January Rookie of the Month card. So this was a redeemable card, and I finally was able to do it to figure out what it was. As long as you purchased one of each card from January, you were able to redeem. You didn't lose the card. You were just able to say, yes, cash them in, and give me a Rookie of the Month card. So I was able, because I had at least one of each, I was able to get this one, which is Vitek Menachek. Kind of a different look from the game dated cards, which, I'm kind of disappointed in. I wish they had somewhat of a similar feel to the game dated cards, just like Topps now. With the Topps Now Baseball, they do Rookie of the Month or Player of the Month, and they keep it in the same design as the regular base card. So I kind of wish that had happened, but it is what it is, and it's this is limited to 499, as you can see, which is kind of interesting. Well, I guess that makes sense because they released 499 of the base cards, but I'm going to say that this is actually lower because most people do not have one of each card. So I would think that it would probably be a couple hundred lower available. We don't really know how to figure out how many are actually out there until people print them and transfer them to physical card. But yeah, I think this is a fairly limited card, and I was excited to be able to get it. So finally, we'll see what happens for February. Obviously with all the issues and people not getting cards, I should be able to get one of every card. And right now I have. So yeah, I'll be able to redeem for February. So that's it for Upper Deck E-Pack. Game date and moments. Moving over Topps Now, there was one fairly big Topps Now baseball card this week, which was the Fernando Tatis staying with the Padres on an extended contract. What was it, like $340 million over 14 years? Crazy number as always. These contracts are just growing every year. So yeah, interesting card. No tablecloths, sadly, not this time. In the soccer side, we've got a couple of one rookie to point out, which was the Luca Netz from the Bundesliga, and then this particular card from Mbappe. The reason I bring it up, it's not a rookie card, but the reason I'm bringing it up is that there are new parallels with the soccer cards. So similar to baseball, as I've shown you in before, there are parallels out of 49, 25, 10, 5, and 1. They are carrying this over to UEFA soccer cards. So we will start to see that more often. With these starting this past week, I think it's going to drive up print runs. Soccer's already really popular. People are going to probably buying as many as they can to try and get one of the parallels. A lot of people upset out there over the parallel distribution. I don't know what to say about that. I have bought as few as one and ended up with a parallel. I have ordered as many as 10 and not ended up with a parallel. I've seen people order 100 cards. Another fellow collector who ordered quite a few of the Inauguration Day cards, he ordered hundreds and hundreds because he was doing a group buy. He ended up with 0 parallels. Now, granted, the Inauguration Day cards, there were quite a few. Obviously, the Bernie Sanders was close to 100,000 cards, so you had to be really lucky to get a parallel. But yeah, there's really no known way that Topps is distributing these cards, which is good in my opinion because it truly is random. Yeah, we'll see how this goes forward. This does moving forward because obviously there's quite a few American or European collectors that are buying these Topps Now soccer cards. That could definitely drive up the print run, and it'll be interesting to see how they get a hold of them because of the European production that happens. Are they going to produce some of those parallels over there? Are they all going to come from the U.S.? That was a question that came up in the Formula One Topps Now group or Topps group. How are they dealing with parallels? It'll really be interesting to see. I would have liked to have asked the director of online Topps products of how they are going to deal with that. And lastly, this was a bit of a surprise. I didn't even think that Topps would produce something like this. As you all know, NASA landed a new rover on Mars, Perseverance. It was a very big deal because there's going to be quite a other. If you're following it like I am a little bit, they're going to be doing quite a few other tests and discoveries with this new rover of Mars that's really looking for if there was any ancient living things on the planet. The way that they landed the rover on the planet was interesting. As you can see with the one card, it was dropped down by this like jetpack. But Topps decided to do a couple of cards celebrating the landing of this rover. Obviously, this is a made up picture. It's obviously they didn't have something taking a picture of the new rover landing. And then obviously from mission control, showing them the cheering on the successful landing. So something really interesting. I'm happy to see Topps now doing different things. We know we've seen music and we've seen entertainment like Star Wars, Mandalorian. So yeah, really interesting to see them do something different. I've ordered some myself. I just placed an order this past today actually, and I'll be excited to see. There's no parallels with these, which I'm kind of surprised at. I would have thought that they would have done parallels like all the other cards. I do like how they did capture the same design as all the other Topps Now cards so far this year. Yeah, so I'll be excited to get those in. Hopefully we'll get those in a month, and I'll show them off in my next show. And that's about it. Nothing else to talk about this week. I was going to talk about Road to Opening Day, but I think I'll wait till next week because we may start to see the new Road to Opening Day sets for baseball in the next week or two. I'll go over that. There's also some other things that will be happening with Topps Now in the coming week, so I'll definitely cover that next week. If you'd like to see me cover some other topics or other aspects of Moment Cards, please leave a comment. I will post this video to my page as a permanent video. Please feel free to rewatch, add some comments, give me some feedback. I'm always looking ways to improve this. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, let other people know about my channel, and there's no one else doing this but me. So I'm excited about it. As you know, I'm a big fan of these Moment Cards, and I really want people to appreciate and understand and yeah, enjoy them as much as I do. So thank you for watching. Tune in next week and we'll talk some more. Have a great week.